Hey, empathic healers, welcome back. Our question for today, our journal prompt: do you feel overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, or drained? Because those are big indicators that we're not grounded in our body, right? So, yesterday we talked about grounding in your body. So, today, because the energy flows, we can see how one relates to the other. So, are you ready to dig deeper? Grab your journal and journal with me. So, today, again, we're talking about emotions, which are energy and motion, and the Sacral Chakra energy. So, welcome to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge Day 23. My name is Robin Knott, and I'm your host of Energy Healing TV and podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, and the founder of the EnergyHealingSchool.com. I'm a certified Reiki Master Teacher and have a Master of Social Work degree specializing in mental health and addiction treatment. And I am here to teach fellow empathic healers various energy healing methods with a strong focus on self-care, self-worth, and self-love without feelings of blame, shame, or guilt. And take care of ourselves too, guys, right? So remember, in my journaling process, I have 3 steps: aware, assess, and align. So check in with yourself, see how you're feeling, notice your emotions, and go back to that journal prompt, right? Do you feel overwhelmed? Check in. Literally listen, ask yourself, am I feeling overwhelmed? And see what comes up. What about anxious? Do you feel anxious? Side note too, if you're new to me, I have shared before that it was interesting that I learned that anxiety and excitement feel the same in my body. So it's comical now, not comical then when I didn't realize it. Because there were times I now believe that I was, happy and excited about something, but because of the physical reaction in the body, it triggered that, uh-oh, here's anxiety. And then monkey brain, right? Hamster wheel. Started thinking of all the things about, oh no, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then led myself to anxiety. So definitely get to know your body and what different emotions feel like in your body. What about depressed or drained? Do you feel any of those? Definitely write about those and give yourself time. I mean, I'm on this video and I'm asking kind of quickly. But when you have a moment to really just sit with yourself in your journal, just ask. Ask how you're feeling. And maybe you're not feeling any of those. Maybe you're feeling amazing. Maybe you're feeling really happy. Maybe you're feeling content or calm. That's beautiful. And write those too, right? We don't have to only focus on the things that we want to change. We can focus on and amplify the really good feelings too. So, with that being said, when you notice what you're feeling, assess those feelings, assess that energy. Is that feeling in alignment with the source of unconditional love? Well, feeling love would be, right? Feeling happy is. And not that feeling sad or feeling depressed or feeling anxious are a bad thing. Unfortunately, we've gotten in a habit in our society of calling emotions like they're bad, like you're not supposed to have any, or that you're only supposed to feel amazing, right? If you have any other emotion other than amazing, then you probably need mental health therapy or something. And I'm not laughing at the need for therapy because it's helpful and it's very useful. It's just that it's interesting that it's not necessarily a condition or a disorder, right? Sometimes it is, but not always. Sometimes it's just a normal human emotion. That's it. And we need to honor it, hold space for it, allow ourselves to feel it so it can then be released, right? So let's start with normalizing that. So if you are in the moment feeling overwhelmed, it's okay that you feel overwhelmed. It's not about blame, shame, or guilt or saying, oh, there's something wrong with you. You're not in alignment with the source of unconditional love. I'm not saying that at all. I'm only saying if you're noticing that, honor it. Journal on that some more. Where is it coming from, right? Because we don't want to stay stuck in it, though, either, even though it's very normal, whatever normal is, to feel human emotions. There are some we don't want to get stuck in because we can. And then it can lead to dis-ease in the body, right? It can lead to the need for more support. That's the other thing I wanted to say. Sometimes it's not necessarily mental health treatment that we need. We just need some support in our life. We just need some love in our life. And when we're not getting that by the people who are near us, closest to us, then yeah, then we reach out to a therapist or a coach or another person to try to give us that support. And there's no shame in that either. But we can't do any of those. We can't address it at all if we're not aware of it, right? So that's really what I want this process to be. It's just to help bring into your awareness what you are feeling. And again, assess that. Okay, I'm overwhelmed today. Well, if I listed out the things, where would that be coming from? So if I list out the things that's going on, maybe my plate was full today. I had a lot going on today. Sometimes life's, right? And there's things that get our attention and are very important to us. And maybe we're concerned about something or, having those, again, human thoughts and emotions. That's okay. Just write it out, be aware of it. And then what can you do to take care of yourself, though? Because if I'm overwhelmed, it also means that while I was focusing on things outside of me, I didn't take care of me, right? So again, it's just that awareness to say, okay, it's time to take a step back or take a minute to breathe, whether it's like a 1 minute meditation, maybe it's still overwhelming because there's still lots going on, right? We don't deny the things that we take care of or the people close to us that we're helping out, but we find time for us. It doesn't even have to be a long period of time. Again, taking time to journal is time for you, right? Allowing yourself to have that awareness to check in with you, which helps you reground into your body, which can help ease that feeling of overwhelm or that feeling of anxiety. That process in itself is taking that action step that helps us get closer to the alignment, to align with the source of unconditional love, right? So again, no blame, shame, and guilt. Blame, shame, or guilt. We're just pulling these things into our awareness so we can assess where we're at. So we know if we need something, we can address it. Because again, if we don't check in with us, with you, you're not going to know if you need something, right? Until it becomes overwhelming or until anxiety takes hold or until depression kicks your butt and lays you down in bed, right? Or until you just feel so drained you're dragging just to move. You don't have to let it get to that degree, which is why I want us to check in each day and journal on where we're at. Okay, just a step of taking care of you, a step to show you the same amount of love that you give to others. Because you deserve it too. So, what else for today? Oh, that very question isn't mine. So, that's another thing that we check in on, especially with our emotions, with it being energy in motion. What energy are we putting out there? What energy are we receiving and then building and then projecting back out, right? When I get overwhelmed, and if I'm overwhelmed because focusing on people outside of me, then is that technically mine? Does that feel like a trick question? Some of it is, right? Because we take accountability, we take responsibility for the choices that we make. We choose on our own where to put our focus. So if you're choosing to focus on everyone else and not yourself, own that part, right? Okay, own that. And then what? Well, and then what? We journal and then we do something for us, which part of that is journaling. And what else is helpful for you? So I sat outside for a little bit today. It's actually really nice in Ohio right now. So I want to take advantage of the weather before it gets chilly. Chilly again. Been lighting my chakra candles and really enjoying just staring at the light of the candles, the candlelight. As I was sitting outside, just admiring the trees and the colors on the trees, and just kind of stared off into the tree and listening to the nature sounds around me. right? And being very mindful in the moment. Not all of it. Some of it I did some reading while I was outside. But I took just a couple moments to make sure I just sat and was present with myself, with nature, and it was so relieving. Sometimes we only need a couple of minutes, right? When you feel like you don't have any time, sometimes it feels like you don't have time to breathe, right? Sometimes it just takes a couple of minutes. So even if you took time to watch this video to bring your attention back to you for a few moments, mad kudos, because that's bringing your own awareness, right? It's increasing your awareness. It's doing something for you. You are now thinking, I said something that brought a thought to you that brought your attention back to yourself, right? I like it. I like that a lot. What else? Is that all of it, guys? I think it is. Might be a really short one today. Short video, but a lot said, right? And lots to think about. Just checking in again to make sure I covered everything before I sign off. So homework, as always, right? Check in with yourself. It's this journaling process. So check in with yourself, get your journal, get your paper or your app or whatever you use to journal. Check in with you and just ask yourself. You can use the journal prompt that I've given to ask specifically about if you're feeling overwhelmed or drained or depressed or anxious, or you can just check in with you and see how you're feeling, right? Just close your eyes for a second and ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And write down whatever comes to mind. Just listen to yourself, like literally. If you were asking someone a question and you would be quiet for a moment to listen to their response, do the same for you. You can ask yourself out loud or quietly in your mind. Write the questions. Actually write these journal prompt questions on my journal to kind of get myself in that flow, right? I write out what day it is, energy healing lifestyle journal, so I know that's my focus for the day. Self-care challenge day 23. I underline what letter we're on and note that and which chakra. So I know it's Sacral Chakra energy that I'm focusing on and emotions. I write down the journal prompt, the 3 steps, aware, assess, and align. And then I wait. I check in. What am I feeling? Do I feel overwhelmed? I did get a little overwhelmed today. What brought that about, right? Well, I was doing a bunch of stuff. Like sometimes we set our days or we set our intentions for the days, but sometimes life doesn't agree with that agenda, right? Like, yeah, it was a great idea, but not today. And then we flow with it. But there's still sometimes in the back of my mind that I'm like, can I get back to my list? I want to get back to the task I wanted to do today. And then it reaches a point of just acceptance. Like, okay, today is not the day for that list. Today is the day for these other things, right? Managing the emotion instead of letting it push or pull me too far one way or the other. Just that acceptance when we do what that comes up in life in that moment, and then keeping the task and pick up where I left off. Or actually, after journaling, I decided I'm not doing anything else tonight. After this video, I'm feeling like my body's telling me to just relax. So I'm probably gonna watch a movie. I haven't done that in a long time. So there's that, right? I'm aware of what I was feeling. I assessed it. It's not in alignment with the source of unconditional love because I feel that, a little bit of overwhelm and tension. So, what is something I can do to shift and get back into alignment? Acceptance is one because I'm not going to beat myself up that I didn't get everything on my list done today. And then choosing to not try to squeeze it in just before bed and just saying, you know what, today was busy. It was still productive. Things needed to get done. They got done. I can feel good about that. And then just, yeah, relax for the evening. Just do something I enjoy. I enjoy my task, but I, enjoy watching a movie every now and again too. So that, just hearing yourself out. And of course, I'm going to mention it. If you have not already signed up for the Empathic Healers Masterclass, a step-by-step guide to set boundaries and protect your energy, please do that now. And if you do it now, it's not, the live round isn't until November, the live class, November 20th. But go ahead and sign up now so you get your reminder as we get closer. And I already uploaded something for you guys. So if you're in there, because it shows like a community, so if you go in that community or look at those posts, you'll be able to download it already. I can tell you what it is because, gotta go see. And then, of course, meet me back here tomorrow to talk about love and self-image and the solar plexus chakra. As always, take good care of you. Thank you for sharing your time and space with me, whether on live or on replay. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and share in the comments what your responses were when you asked yourself how you feel. If you feel overwhelmed or if you feel stressed or drained or depressed or anxious. And thank you again for participating and looking out for you. We are all part of this collective, right? So our healing and helping others really starts right here first. So thank you for doing that for you today. Take good care, and I'll see you tomorrow.